Hey, it's Rion with an elusive skid mark on the wall behind me. Let's talk about sexual presence and what is it and how can you cultivate it? How can you really build your character? So, if you're a man, you probably value self-development, personal development. Well, it helps to understand that our consciousness, our conscious human experience is more than just the mind. We really value the mind in the West. And the personal self, if you've read Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, it's really the ego, the monkey mind, the personal self that we really identify with. You understand that there's more than mind in human experience. There's heart, sex, soul, and body. So it's heart, mind, sex, body, and soul. So if you want to build more character, I would keep developing yourself in your skill sets, your personality, keep improving your personal self. Okay, what makes you uniquely you? That's important to keep evolving there. But I would take on a strategy where you really accept your total growth, which brings in really your spiritual self. The consciousness beyond the monkey mind, the higher experience that you can have emotionally, sexually, spiritually. So I would value heart, mind, body, sex, and soul, have a greater definition of self, and then a strategy which develops you on the sexual level, it develops you emotionally, and it develops you spiritually. And to work in those areas for what they actually are instead of filtering them through the personal self or inner game, and actually do spiritual techniques and sexual meditation and sexual energy work to cultivate and develop your character, your power, your value, your presence as a man on those levels. This way you're not one-dimensional. So this is so relevant to your life. So when you meet women, they're going to sense that he's not just like a meat suit. Because you can actually look at some bodybuilders and okay, they have a great body, but there's nothing there. There's not much character. If you focus only on one area, people are going to see that, and it's like making up for the other things. So then you gotta, do more extreme stuff just to make up for what you're already lacking. When if you just took on a holistic approach, really evolving yourself spiritually, sexually, emotionally, to resonate at higher frequencies. Albert Einstein, you can't resolve problems at the same level of consciousness they were created. Well, your problems, your issues, your emotional and sexual issues exist at lower consciousness. So as you sexually and emotionally evolve, you heal those issues. And this is what I'm very experienced at doing and helping men to really evolve and transform themselves in these areas, especially sexually and also emotionally, but I'm focusing more on the sexual. So really cultivate yourself, and then women are going to sense there's this interesting value that I can't get enough of this guy. I want him for a long-term relationship because there's always more. When you're so present, more of this energy and conscious power is going to come through in your presence. And women and people can't get enough of it. They can't get enough of celebrities and rock stars because they have more of this character, this presence flowing through them. They're not just one-dimensional. They allow this greater emotional, sexual, spiritual flow through them and their consciousness. So I really encourage you to expand your personal development into sexual, spiritual, and emotional for what they really are. And then you can have a lot more character, more presence, more power on those levels to influence people on the sexual, emotional, and spiritual levels. Now, this stuff is central for celebrities, people in the public eye, and so forth, to really have that character and value, because it's very attractive. And it's going to attract you more success, more fans, more fun relationships, and awesomeness in your life. So this is Rion. Develop your character on the different levels of self. Have a strategy to really do that. And don't filter it through a personal, like even Western self-help kind of view is actually very limiting. I encourage you to really take this seriously, and you're going to see that you're not one-dimensional. There's a lot of character, interestingness, and presence that people can't get enough of. The more they know you, there's always more to discover. The more character and value you have on those different levels of self or consciousness. So heart, mind, body, sex, and soul, that should be your new definition of self, not just the personal ego self. Evolve yourself on all levels. You're going to have a lot more power, value, and character as a man. Subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk to you soon. Why don't you just take her, El Guapo? Jefe, you do not understand women.